Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the great Judith Williams. She is a life insurance and annuity specialist. She's going to share her journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, my next guest has spent 30 years educating people, and now I think she's really found her life's calling because she's educating people on financial literacy, on life insurance, annuities. Judith Williams is in the studio. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's talk about your education background. So 30 years in education.
Yes, I got my start here in North Texas. I taught in Sherman for 3 years, loved it. Taught in Plano, at Bowman Middle School, did that for 17 years. And then I got married to my second husband and I moved to Louisiana and been teaching special needs kids for the last 10 years.
Wow. How cool is that? How did you get into life insurance?
Well, a couple of things happened. One, my sister passed away in 2023. She was a lawyer and she didn't have any life insurance. And so it just put our family in this upside down spin spiral situation. And then based on that, I decided to start learning and researching and figuring out how life insurance can benefit families. And so I became licensed.
No, I love it. I mean, is it as rewarding as your teaching career was?
It's actually, it's very exciting. I'm a lifelong learner and I just love, I love the knowledge part of it, but more importantly, the practical application to be able to help families.
Yes.
Especially people that are in generational poverty. Life insurance can be a tool that can help get them out of that.
Yes. And you were talking before the show that it can actually help you with the purchase of a home.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of benefits. Let's explore that a little bit.
Okay. So the way that a life insurance agent structures the policy, for example, an IUL, the client can actually take out cash value every 6 years, and that money can be used as a down payment on a house. It can be used down payment to buy other properties or, to do house repairs or fix things. So, I mean, it's very valuable.
And let's talk about the importance of getting life insurance when you're young. The rates for somebody in their 20s is different than the rates for somebody in their 70s.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that. So one of the things that I think the brown and Black communities don't realize is that if a child is diagnosed with ADHD, or if there's some other life, mental health challenge, and that diagnosis is on there, it can disqualify them for life insurance. So in the Black and brown communities, and I'm an educator, so I've seen this firsthand. They're very quick to say the child is ADHD, and as a result of that, it disqualifies them. So it's really important that families, especially if you're trying to break generational poverty, get that policy when that child is born. 2 weeks old, they have a social security number, get that child policy, get them IUL. They can use it as their own bank for the rest of their lives. It just helps.
Is that right? A baby can get life insurance?
Yes.
Nobody knows this. Nobody knows this. Like every parent should do this.
Yes.
And it costs just a few bucks a month? I mean, what would it cost to insure a 2-week-old?
With an IUL, for example, you overfund it because you want it to be able to reproduce. You're able to get the cash value as well as a death benefit should something happen. So you want to overfund it. So the actual policy, the actual cost of the insurance could be $30, but you're paying $100, you're paying $300, you're paying $250 a month, and that cash value just builds and builds and builds, and you're able to use it. Especially as one scenario, real quick. I have a 20-year-old in my life. I've known her since she was 10, and she just had a baby. We went ahead and got that baby in her policy, and she's able to use that. But we structured it so that every 6 years she can get cash value, and she'll be the first person in her family to ever own a house.
That's beautiful. Why is this emotional for you?
Because it breaks generational poverty. It's very difficult in today's society to just work and save, $10,000. Especially if you're a single mom. It's very difficult to just work, even if you're working 2-3 jobs, to save $10,000. But you can do that with life insurance.
Beautiful. All right, we have a video that we're going to play,
Okay.
and I want you to set this up for us. So you were talking to a gentleman.
All right.
And how do you want to describe this?
Okay. So my coach, she instructed me. She said, Judith, hey, you taught these licensing classes for so long. Let's go ahead and make a video of it so that it can be there for future agents. So, went down to the studio and working with one of our agents who, there's some things going on, and so he was able to just get ready for his exam, to get him ready.
Beautiful.
So,
Let's go ahead and play that clip.
So I would say renewable.
okay, renewable is correct. Perfect. Good job.
Which policy requires an agent to register with the National Association of Securities Dealers, NASD, before selling?
Okay, so before you answer, this is where we talk about where money lives. So money lives in 3 houses. Do you remember our presentation?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to come down to this part of the presentation. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Okay, so money lives in 3 houses. Money lives in fixed accounts, money lives in variable accounts, and money lives in indexed accounts. So let's talk about fixed accounts. This is your bank, this is your CDs, this is your savings account, checking account. The good thing about it is that the money is safe. It's liquid. You can just go to the bank, get that money out. The interesting part about it is that it doesn't grow as fast as it could.
Wow. I love that you have this education background, because you do have the heart of a teacher, and especially in this new arena, people need to be educated. They don't know, do they?
No, and the sad part is it's the brown and black communities in particular. And I mean, we service everyone, but there's so many pastors and pastors' wives, that I know of personally that don't have the coverage that they need. And, if you're trying to break generational poverty, if you're trying to make the next generation better than the way you found it, you need to make sure that there's a legacy there. That's my take on that.
And I know you're a believer, and your faith plays a big role in your life. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I just give honor and praises to God for just opening up this door, and for thank you for having me on your show, and thank you for my coach, Coach Mercury, for making this possible today. And faith is everything. I believe in Jesus, and I believe in life insurance.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We're going to end with her LinkedIn page so you can get in touch with her, the great Judith Williams. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.